How are you doing? Good? Good. Today we are here with yet another Umbrella Academy reaction, Season 2, Episode 6. I'm looking forward to this episode. I quite liked last episode in that the family unit is back together, so this will be the first episode that starts this season so far with the family unit back together completely. So I'm interested to see how that will go now that we've gotten past all of that reunion stuff, and if and when Vanya eventually gets her memory back. So without further ado, let us begin. It's like I said, I wanted to see other flashbacks, not just Klaus. We got a little for Luther, but we didn't really see how his life developed. Just saw him confront his father. 1961. Oh yeah, because at this point, her vocal cords are still fucked up.
You boys must be lost. I suggest you find a barbershop in Oaklawn. They specialize in that.
Go Queen. I like how ride or die they were instantly. I mean, they've probably dealt with that sort of thing also, so they know what it's like. Oh, that's a cute one. And that can be explained, because it would be plausible, if not likely, that Allison might make a little umbrella ornament. Feeling alone, making something that reminds her of home. Yeah, I wouldn't trust her though, because I don't know. Once she's in power, what's to stop her from rubbing you guys up?
Guarded secret in the commission. You know where it's gonna be, don't you? Would I be any
Still have to hop around time,
if I didn't?
just ready to off them whenever they pop up. I get why she wants to do it, but
No, we are not.
it wouldn't be real change.
Out of here before I call the police.
I heard a rumor that you shut your damn mouth. Coffee. Black.
Yeah. It's cathartic, but you know.
More. More.
Yeah, there's a Jesus Christ.
Allison. Yeah, right. Allison?
Yeah.
More.
Allison, stop it.
More.
Stand. You're hurting it, Allison.
Yeah, this is why she doesn't do it. It's not that the power itself is corrupting, it's just that Allison, from a lifetime of using it to get whatever she wants, has an inability to control herself when she uses it. And it immediately goes to her head. And then she starts using it, loved ones. I heard a rumor that you love me. That sort of thing.
I know you fancy yourself a spiritual guru and all of that, so this is going to be hard to hear, but you need serious help.
Klaus, don't do this. Klaus, do this, but not like that. I can't do this.
He's got your number, Ben.
You're picking at my aim.
Oh, without me, you'd be dead in a ditch somewhere.
I just realized who you sound like. Who, Dad?
Don't say that.
Ooh, we're getting some examination of Ben.
Shut up. 16 years in the grave, and you finally turned into your father.
Ooh. Fuck. But as much as we've really seen Ben interact with Klaus, we've never really seen his opinions on his father and stuff, because he is part of the family union, or was, but we've never really seen that.
Oh, that's easy. I'm a father.
So I'm very interested.
Take these. They're all I have left of you.
even if I believed you, which I don't, this is what I signed up for. It's an honor to die for my country. That's what you peaceniks don't understand. You don't have to. Yes, I do.
I just had a conversation about this earlier today, so it's funny.
What? That's not supposed to happen yet.
The other day after I saw you, my uncle took me down to the recruitment office.
He's changed history.
He made me sign up. I ship out next week. What? So save these for the next dumb kid you're trying to recruit.
Dave, come back.
In an effort to change history, you've sped it up.
This came for you, Prophet.
God, you just... I hope he gets through today, but I really do.
I don't want to scare him off, all right? He might be able to help us stop Doomsday, get us home.
No, Five. We need to figure out why he's planning to kill the president.
This is a matter of life and death.
God, that bartender must be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Here, whoever has got this conch shell gets to talk.
Honey, we don't have time for a debate, okay?
Maybe I should lead. We all know I'm a much better public speaker than the rest of you.
Okay,
Mm.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah,
Oh, jealous number 2?
Hey, no more numbers.
yeah.
No more bullshit.
Allison's kind of mean when she's in the family group.
Diego, you don't have the conch.
You know, oh, come on. The conch was gonna be really healthy. Of course. Just storms in, not a word. No introduction. Classic Reg.
We're your children. From the future.
God.
1989, you adopted us all and trained us to
This
fight
must be
against
pretty
the
wild for
war.
number 5. He hasn't seen his father in 45
Calls the
years.
Umbrella Academy. Why on
And
earth would I
a
adopt
58.
One of us isn't here.
Dad.
Like, they all have daddy issues, but imagine.
But I'm here, Klaus. Yeah, tell them I'm here.
Come on, tell him. Poor Ben.
Regardless, what would possess me to adopt 7 ill-mannered malcontents?
We all have special abilities.
Yeah, I like seeing how into this number 5 is, considering he's probably thought about how he talked to his father for 45 years. Let alone, what, it's been a year for, well, more.
Everybody wants to see powers all of a sudden.
Exception never uses it.
I heard a rumor. You punched yourself in the face.
Okay, that's real. That's a huge betrayal of trust. Every time I start to think I like Allison, she does something fucked up. I'm sensing some Hargreaves sarcasm. Yeah.
You fancy yourself a do-gooder, the last good man who will save us from our descent into corruption and conspiracy.
God.
This is a fantastic delusion. The sad reality is that you're a desperate man, tragically unaware of his own insignificance, desperately clinging to his
This
own
would cut them to their core.
Or simply a man in over his head.
No. Fuck. His stutter.
Look, forget about the president.
Fuck.
We have a catastrophic war coming in 5 days. Stop it.
War?
That
And
is
we'll always be at
heavy.
war with each other.
No, this isn't just some
Cut him.
war.
Okay.
We're talking about a doomsday. The end of the world.
This is really interesting.
This world ends in 5 days if we don't get out of the timeline.
58-year-old man and his old man.
And so on.
We can do something about this one.
Man's greatest flaw, the illusion of control.
I need your help. All right, you're my last sane option. Otherwise, I gotta make a deal that I really don't want to make. What do you know about time travel?
In theory,
In practice.
I know it's akin to descending blindly into the depths of freezing water
Yeah.
and reappearing.
And that's what he said to
What
5.
transpired when you tried traveling before?
I botched it.
How?
I jumped too far forward, got stuck in the future for 45 years in an apocalypse. Then I jumped too far backwards. Except this time I brought my entire family with me.
Maybe your appetite is disproportionate to the size of your abilities. Start small. Seconds, not decades.
Seconds. No offense, but I need a bit more time for what I'm trying to accomplish.
They make it.
So much can change in a matter of seconds.
It can.
One could overthrow an empire. One could fall in love. An acorn doesn't become an oak overnight.
I was really hoping you had more than that.
What is a decade, but if not a lot of
Sorry, I
seconds?
can't be of more help.
I'm sorry, too. I gave you such a hard time as a kid.
Oh. He's been waiting 45 years for this.
No skin off my teeth, old man.
That was kind of sweet. And that's that. Umbrella Academy, Season 2, Episode 6. That was a really, really exciting episode. I have a lot of thoughts. First off, the thing that just happened just now, 5 getting the location and date and time of the meeting of the commission. I'm excited to see that happen because the commission's really interesting, getting to see who runs it and just the politics of the coup and everything. I kind of had in my head that they'd have like a date, as in like a day, and then a location, but they wouldn't have the year. So I was thinking that 5 would have to be ready to mow them all down, but he had to skip throughout all these different years to find out when they were there, and as soon as he sees them, need to take them out. But apparently that's not what's happening. But even so, going to 1982 is going to be interesting because he'll be, presumably after this apocalypse happens. So we don't know how, if it'll still happen, if they haven't triggered it yet, but we'll see. And then also that scene with Hargreaves and his family. So Hargreaves, of course, was a very demanding father figure, but he did have that 1% compassion for his children, like his regret when he was talking to Klaus or Luther, what he did with Luther, or Vanya and all of her stuff. But this is before he even had kids to get worn down a little. So that 1% is gone. So he's just cutting them to his core. Didn't give a shit. How he acted with Diego was intense, and especially because he's been putting up the big guy act to mask his insecurity. And I'd forgotten about that whole stutter character trait. So when that came back, everyone was like, oh shit, because they remember that growing up, and I remember that, and that made me that really cut to the core and shut everyone up. I like that Allison finally explained to her husband, but we see throughout this episode Allison doesn't really have any self-control with her power. So as soon as I start liking, and it's one thing to do at the racist shop or what have you, but she uses it on Diego to make him harm himself. She really has no self-control. She grew up using that, so that's all she knows, I suppose. But even still, So as soon as I started liking her, she does something like that. So that all that Hargreaves stuff was really, really intense, and getting to see them all go into it. I'm interested in how the David plotline's working out. David, of course, can't really blame him because Klaus hasn't been the best at laying out why it's true. He doesn't really believe him. I'm liking seeing more of Ben in that. We always see Ben with Klaus interact, but we don't really get to see how he feels about the family union, given that he was, for many years, a part of their family. And especially how he feels about his father. So getting to see Klaus call him out on that was really interesting. Because, we've only seen him insulated in that of the Klaus relationship. We've never gotten to see him really interact with others, let alone how his daddy issues, because each of the Umbrella Academy has theirs. And I really enjoyed the scene with 5 and Hargreaves, because all of the others kind of pale, considering that, when's the last time you saw him? Oh, at most, 3 years, 4 years? Number 5 has been probably rehearsing that in his head for 45 years, how it would go if he'd ever bounce back with his father, and all the regrets that go along with that. And that was really interesting to see. And it kind of makes sense why he's the way he is, so dryly cruel and witty sometimes, because 45 years of being alone, he was just a kid. He only had one like male figure to emulate, that of his father. So just acting, basing himself off of that for 45 years, So that was really interesting to see, and then getting to see an emotional side to number 5, since he's usually, as he is. So yeah, really, really great episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope we get to see more of that sort of stuff, and I'm really interested to see how the Ben stuff progresses as well. So subscribe if you want to see more reactions. Not going to roll my R this time, one day, when I'm feeling confident. Other than that, have a good day.